Dusty Cabbage back with another story from the road. This time we're going to Cancun, Mexico. It's out there on a big peninsula called the Quintana Roo, which basically means it's a state in Mexico. So anyway, so we was down there a number of years back, and Miss Cabbage was actually with me on this trip too, but me and the boys had a number of gigs going on. And it's just amazing how well that harmonica meshes with the natural and indigenous music of that part of the world. It's absolutely fascinating and amazing, and they just blend together so well. So he's down there, we had some free time, and I thought, why don't we get the group and go out on a little water excursion and maybe do some snorkeling. Now, as I told you in the last episode with my massage parlor story, Dusty's a little bit thrifty. So there were two primary excursion companies. One was very reputable, the other one was just kind of there and maybe a newer deal, but it was $5 less than the more reputable one. So I'm like, I'm gonna save $5, or actually for each of these people, Dusty was paying, so I probably saved $25 that day. So we get on this catamaran boat, which is basically just a big boat. There's no cover, there's a sail, there's a little motor. You're up there on top of the boat, so there's no shelter or shade from you. So we's going out there to this Isla Mujeres, which means the island of women. So there's no cover, it's 108 degrees. We're all sweating our butts out off on this 45-minute boat ride to get out to where we're gonna snorkel. And the only thing they had to drink on the boat was beer. So people are already feeling it, they're getting a little queasy and everything. We get out there and the gentleman running the boat, he says, everybody get off here. And so we all hop into the water and we got life vests and snorkels and all this. And then he starts to move the boat without us. And somebody says, where are you going? And he says, swim to me. I'll be a mile down here. A mile? Unless you are Greg Louganis or Caitlyn Jenner, most human beings have never swam a mile in their life. Okay? So we finally catch up to the boat. Dusty swam a mile. People are throwing up in the water. All these stories aren't intended to have vomit in them, but they seem to. We finally catch up to this gentleman. I'm on my last breath of living, okay? I'm on my last breath of living. I'm on my last heartbeat. My heart is like, what are we doing? So we get there. Everybody has a little bit of time to calm down. We're still bobbing around out in the water. And the gentleman says, it'll all be worth it. We're going to dive here and see a natural rock formation of the Virgin Mary. Now, I'm not a Catholic gentleman, but that sounded kind of cool. I'm going to see a natural rock formation down here in Mexico of the Virgin Mary. So we all dive. We all dive, we go down there, we open our eyes, and we see it. And the natural rock formation is some sort of a piece of concrete yard art you can buy at a roadside stand in Branson, or maybe your Home Depot or Lowe's around the block. There's nothing natural about it. So finally we get onto the island. And I did a little bit of research, and apparently Isla Mujeres, this may not be accurate research, but apparently the island of women a couple of hundred years ago was maybe a prostitute colony for pirates. Well, I've also got a bunch of friends who've gone down there and they've come back and said, Isla Mujeres is the most gorgeous place in the world. It's absolute paradise. You got to go back. That is not the side of the island that we were on. I believe we were on the side of the island that still maybe caters to those pirates, because it was a little different, a little sketchy. In fact, one gentleman with us got bit by an iguana. Anyway, point of all this, still, every damn story, ask better questions. What do I get for my extra $5? Why was the other tour better? Why was this one $5 less? But again, you live and you learn, and each of those times you do live and learn, you find some experiences. You have an experience, positive or negative, and those positive or negative experiences, they yield memories, and the memories yield stories, which leads me to talking to you right here. Anyway, partners, do the like, follow, tell your friends, family, whatever. We want to create a fun little friendly group here. Just have fun talking about Dusty stories from the road, harmonica progress, all that kind of stuff too. But go ahead and thank God for this day, no matter what your situation may be. And look around the world. You do have a lot to be grateful for. You look around the world and see other folks, and you realize that no matter how you feel or how much money is in your bank, you are in fact very wealthy compared to a lot of the rest of the world. So anyway, go out and enjoy your day. We'll see you next time, partner.